React, read all about it. PTS Syndicate releases a brand new super cool rifle. What's up, guys? It's your boy Chuckles here, back at it again. Today we're coming at you with another super hot review. Today we have the PTS CAR-15 N23 PDW. Whoa! Here with the rifle, the original concept for it was an actually original truncated Colt design. It was only schematics. They didn't have an actual physical version of this. And then so PTS was like, we're going to do that. That'd be super cool to build. So here it is. Essentially what it boils down to is it's a super close quarters M4 cut down in just about every way. Scaled down, the receiver size is about the same, but it's got that super cool CAR-15 Vietnam style receiver going on. So we're going to take you through, go over some of the cool stuff. So starting up front, we have the federally mandated blaze orange tip, which if you remove does have 14mm counterclockwise threads underneath. Put on anything you want after that. Nice big ridiculous suppressor. Coming back, you have the front sight. It is aluminum, really solid construction. It is adjustable for elevation. Right underneath attached to it, you do have the front sling points, the standard M16 variant. You also have the bayonet lug attachment, so you could mount a bayonet on here if you wanted to get really crazy with it. Moving a little bit back, you have a really shortened CAR-15 style front handguard. Now, mounting segments is really difficult to this, but it is on the bottom and on the top, so what we found works are the PTS enhanced rail segments, the ones that are standard for like the Masadas or the Mac pull front handguards, will actually fit on this, so you can do it. They are removable, so you could kind of take it off. It looks so cute. Look at that. You could take them off, and it's pretty cool. Standard Delta ring, so if you wanted to put a rail on it, if you find one this small, live your life, but don't ruin this thing. It looks cute as heck. So going a little bit further back, the receiver is aluminum. It is based on the 607 receiver by Colt. So the carry handle is integrated into the receiver. It is really durable, it's strong. There's absolutely no problem. It does have a spot where you could get an additional rail mount if you wanted to. Mount a rail right on top and run a red dot with it. That'd be cool. You could do that. Rear sight, you have a night sight and a day sight. It is adjustable for windage, but that's it. On the right side of the receiver, you have the dust cover. The dust cover won't close because of the design, which isn't horrible, but still the bolt cover will work just fine. Going down on the receiver, you have the N23 trademark. So you got a nice big old bear there so you could scare everybody on the field. PTS N23, multi-cal, serial number on every single rifle that they release, which is pretty cool. So you do have the selectors, the standard M4 selector and a standard bolt release as well. Magazine release is just gray, so it sticks out a little bit. Kind of nice feature. The mag well is pretty standard. Nothing too special about it. What is different, though, that I personally like, it has the CAR-15 style pistol grip, which I prefer to the standard A2 that you'll see on a lot of rifles, where it has the ridge so that it can kind of contour your fingers a bit better, but I don't like that. This is so much more comfortable to use, especially if you're going to be close quarters and you're going to be using this thing a lot. It's great. Nothing special. Trigger, everything's pretty plain Jane, but that's kind of nice. Really simple. It's got that OG classic look to it. Going back to the buffer tube, it is shorter than a standard buffer tube. It's been modified so it's shorter. It does use the shortened CAR-15 LE style stock. There are 3 points of adjustment. You have all the way, you have about midway, and then you have completely collapse, but still adjustable. The stock isn't incredibly comfortable, so if you wanted to put on something different like a PTS stock or a QRS stock, you could do that in theory. So to access the battery space, you have to pull off the stock, and it's the rear cap actually unscrews. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. You unscrew it, just like real quick maths, and it'll reveal that the gun is wired to Deans, which is a great upgrade. Every airsoft gun that comes out should be wired to Deans. This is a fact. So then you just screw it back on, slide the stock back on, and you're good to go. So really easy to put the stock on. If you're going to fit a battery in here, I recommend probably an 11-1 buffer tube style 900 mil, like the Elite Force ones or the Vulcan or G&G ones. as well as a 7.4 would work just fine in this thing. Another really interesting feature when you pull the bolt back is that the G&Ps utilize an AUG hop-up, which is great because it's a rotary style hop-up. They're really consistent and really solid. So that's a really cool feature in your M4 rifle. The magazine that it comes with is a 100 round Vietnam style mid-cap magazine. The thing's aluminum, so it's really solid, really durable. You can probably throw this thing across the room, have no issues, but it just works with the overall profile of the rifle. The great advantage about the CAR-15 PDW by PTS is the OEM is G&P. So this has their newest gearbox in it, the G&P i5 gearbox. Offers a couple of different upgrades out the gate. So one of the really cool things that you get is that it has an inline MOSFET, so you're not trying to fight like you would with, let's say, your AR-P9 or whatever to fit a battery in the really compact stock space. That's a great feature. In addition to the inline MOSFET, the N23 boasts an electronic trigger unit and selector system, so it's a little bit more durable and it's going to be more just efficient overall if you're doing anything. The other cool thing about the i5 gearbox is that you can change the spring from the top. So essentially it's a QD spring guide from the top of the gearbox that you can remove, pull out the spring, swap it out, just push it back in. So you don't even have to take the lower assembly apart from the gun, which is really cool. Unfortunately, I've tried it with a few others and I haven't gotten it to work very well. I might just be incompetent. It's possible. The gun's probably smarter than I am, but that's just something to keep in mind that you can do that. So it's a little bit easier to swap the spring on it. The really cool advantage is that the wiring that goes towards the motor to the battery space is actually on the outside of the gearbox. So the advantage that provides, if you've ever installed a wire harness or a MOSFET, the issue is always running the wires in a way that you make sure when you're pulling the trigger and you're running the motor that you don't accidentally tear up the wiring. So that avoids that problem completely, which is a super great feature. Your rifle, when you upgrade it, it's gonna have so much more longevity going its way. So taking it over to the Chrono, you're gonna see about 330 feet per second with a 0.25 gram BB. You're gonna be seeing about 18 to 20 rounds a second on fully automatic, which is really great, a little bit more competitive edge than any of the other rifles. The trigger response is really great, really solid. For the price point, you're definitely paying for it, but you're getting your money's worth always when you step up, throw a little bit more money up front. This baby also boasts a 5-round burst setting that you could set. If you want it, you can have it. If not, you don't have to. So it's really great. All in all, the PTS CAR-15 PDW is a solid rifle, really compact. It's an M4, so you can still use standard M4 style magazines. Upgrades of the gearbox, you still have modularity. You can add grips, you can add sights, change the stock, change the tip. Really great, and internally the thing's decked out with G&P's i5 gearbox that'll get you a whole lot farther with a whole lot smaller of a package. Perfect for your indoor field. Anytime you got any sort of CQB, anything, this baby is ready to go. Thank you guys for watching this review. Let us know if you run this thing. Is this thing too tiny, or is it just right for running around indoors at our field? I think that this baby is super hot. Other than that, it's been your boy Chuggles, and we'll see you guys next time. Is that too much?
We can't see the pop.
You can't see the... Okay, that's fine.
I'll pop it later.